Okay. Hello chess friends. Be streaming some bughouse today. I'm going to be covering the fourth arena uh, in the I guess it's the Variance Community Series Bughouse Championship. $7,500 prize pool. There are 8 arenas. This is the fourth out of 8. It's going to be 2 hours long. And so I'm not playing, I'm watching. We're going to follow random people. See how it goes. So Helmsley and Genna have not yet qualified. I think they participated in at least 2 arenas. I didn't see the first arena, but I watched the second and the third arena. And they finished second in 2 arenas so far, but have yet to win. Okay, this should be a pretty easy mate, like pawn check and then a few diagonals mates. Although Genna needs a blocker. Oh well, gonna run up here. That's bold. But now up 9 seconds. Whoa. A knight seems pretty bad. I guess 1 knight's fine. 2 knights mates. Knight check, king up, new knight in. Pawn check, takes his mate. So, really, Helm's Knight needs, like, another knight. What would work? Like, knight here? And king over, queen check. Okay, gave up a knight. Guess that's going to be fine. Maybe just take the queen. If take the queen, there's knight check. Okay, Helm's Knight gets mate. Let's check out the stand-ins. Helm's Knight and Genna are currently winning. Let's see, any other... Oh, Pepe is playing this time. Let's check out Pepe. I'm going to try to jump around through this whole arena and watch a variety of people. So Pepe is a Crazy House aficionado who now works for chess.com. He's partnered to PKR. Nice. Yeah, PKR is pretty active on the stream. He's a mod on the stream. Queen trade offered. Blocks the check with another check. Pepe going for initiative. That's a fork. But it's only going to be a trade as it turns out. Pepe has some blockers. PKR has a pretty good attack. I guess he wants a pawn. Pawn check seems pretty strong. And he should have enough to mate it. This... Whoa. Pepe went the wrong way. Had to go right. I think they gave up a little bit too much material. I'm low-key modding for another stream while I'm streaming myself. But luckily I'm not playing, or that would be impossible. We're just observing. And I don't need to do much commentary because it's interesting bughouse to watch. So if I were Pepe, I would be trying to land a knight on f6 after making this pawn go away. So I'd consider like pawn at h6 to try to trick him. He's going to go in on dark squares instead. PKR has liquidated most everything. Knight at f5 be good. Might have to play rook up. Okay, knight there is very good defense. This knight is Pepe's best friend, so he should never do anything about that. I think you take this. If he had a knight, he could just drop another knight and win immediately. This looks promising for PKR. Just bishop check. Now he needs a little something something. Like a rook would be good. Another knight. Pepe seems fairly well defended. Oh, I don't like. I think he should have taken this twice. This is getting a little bit dangerous. Like knight check. I guess knight covers, so maybe it was fine. This looks dangerous. But PKR has a pretty crushing position. So trying to trade for PKR. And that's mate. Oh, this is another team we wanted to watch anyway. So let's watch this game and then we'll switch to another person. C2 is weak, so a pawn could land here. That's going to win a piece. And Y both G also has fairly good development. Soccer boy winning a piece. Staying with initiative here. Threat is rook check or just take the knight. Yeah, it's okay to give up that queen. I hate that move though. I guess it forces a queen trade, but I don't see what the point of it was. Now PKR's got some initiative. PKR has a lot of initiative. It's going to be tough for Soccer Boy to live here. The problem is you don't want to let him get back here. He may live now. PKR going into defense mode. Time is fairly close. I'm not sure what Pepe... Oh, Pepe wants a knight. He wants knight check. Why both G? He still hasn't defended the knight. Whoa, what? That was mate. Knight check led to mate. Smothered mate or queen takes. That was a miss by Pepe. He had the knight in hand and he didn't use it. I think this is going to go to the soccer board team. And now they're down 15 seconds. So not only did Pepe miss an easy mate in 2, but they have to play downtime now. So this guard's against knight check. A rook would be good. Rook check, take, and then queen in. But I don't see a rook is forthcoming. Now, not even that'll work. I would take, okay, take queen, that's reasonable. Okay, we're gonna unfollow. Annoying. Alright, we need to check the stand-ins. Genna and Helm's Knight still in the lead. M. Michael and Real Doc Holiday. That's an interesting team. Let's check them out. They're in second place right now. Why is the game not starting? I wonder if they're in the random pool. No. Dr. Daru can sack Emil Doc Holiday, but he's gonna get more pieces out first. Now the sack doesn't work. Real Doc Holiday is attacking. He probably wants knights. Knights and rooks are good. Threatening knight at h1. Threatening knight at g3. f2 is weak. But queen is not forthcoming. So it should be okay. Another knight is crushing for Real Doc Holiday. He's just gonna keep up the pressure. Maybe pawn at e2 to keep up the pressure even more. Now he's kind of letting go of his attack. I guess if bishop takes, he still could drop a knight if he gets a knight. Pawn is crushing for Michael. So c2 is weak and he's defended it, but Penguin looking to attack. Penguin GM, Grandmaster, recently hit 3,400 on Lee Chess. I think it was on Lee Chess, but it was the highest rate in he'd had. Donarem is a friend of his, and you see they both have penguins in their profile picture. We probably should follow Penguin, but let's watch one more game with Michael and Real Doc Holiday, then we'll check out Penguin. Hey, young UK baller. Yeah, Helms and Genna were doing pretty good yesterday, but yeah, it's hard to deal with Katask and Jeffrey Zhang. Vortical is a Helms fan. Helms is streaming right now, of course, so I'm sure many of you are watching her stream. I'm going to shout her out. Helms had a prediction going for who was going to... Oh, okay, I was going to unfollow, but now we can watch Genna and Helms. The stars here. In her stream, Helms Knight had a prediction on whether she was going to win the arena, and her partner, Genna217, otherwise known as GSVC, put down 5,000 China points on them not winning. He claims that it was to hedge his bets, so either way he's happy. Either he wins channel points or he wins the arena. So Michael would like a knight. That would be the most straightforward way to checkmate. A rook would win a queen. Unfortunately, he's down 4 seconds. If he were not down 4 seconds, then for sure one of these knights would come, probably the D knight, so that his partner didn't get mated immediately. Rook mates. The queen is under attack, and if the queen moves away, we could take f7 and go after the rook. So it's looking... Actually, I guess times are pretty close, so Genna is going to throw in some moves. The knight did come, but now there's a left square because the queen moved away. Ooh, uh-oh. Genna has a strong attack now. Queen in is going to be mate. Alright, let's unfollow. Yeah, they make it really hard to unfollow. Alright, we're gonna unfollow, close this. Let's check out. Okay, again announced night on a 2-game winning streak. Penguin and Donoram on an 8-game win streak. Let's check out Penguin. Maybe they joined the arena late. Oh, they're playing Pepe team also. This is a great game to watch. Time is fairly close. Donoram on the attack. Donoram pauses his attack to eat a free rook. I think he's going to be able to do everything with initiative here. Oh, I appreciate that vertical. Penguin exploiting the weak dark squares. Rook in the back is going to be good. I would have put the rook on b8 instead, but this probably works too. Maybe rook down to threaten knight in mate. If you got another rook, then rook check, queen takes, pawn takes, queen in would be mate. So the rook mates. They are actually up 3 or 4 seconds, so would wait to see if the rook comes. Also, there's a threat over here. Penguin's just going to develop his bishop. It's a knight for his partner. Yeah, this is the move I wanted to see. Now in knight mates. I mean, assuming PKR doesn't find a way to fix it. I don't see a good way to fix this. Now you have threats on both sides. And they've resigned it. Okay, they got an easy pair in here. The way these arenas work, a lot of it has to do with how quickly you can beat the weaker teams. I think that's even more important than beating the stronger teams, is how fast you beat the weaker teams. So let's see. Penguin is known for being the fast hyper bullet in the world. He recently won the hyper bullet championship in this same series of variant championships. That was a pretty quick win. They're on a 10-game streak. Playing some 1600. Oh, Krankenhaus. Krankenhaus, a little bit underrated. Usually he's 17, 1800. There has been some deflation in the rating system. Donoram attacking on the dark squares. That knight that Penguin got let his partner win a free queen. Very helpful. Penguin's going to attack on the light squares. Trying to go after some weaknesses. Now f7 is weak, but Songbug doesn't really have very much material to go with. Oh, wins a queen though. That was a nice find. I think Penguin pre-moved a little too fast there. After queen takes, the pawn didn't take back. I think the pawn pushed and then the bishop took. So he should have either retreated his queen or just played queen takes bishop when he had the chance. Donoram would like to get a rook. But in the absence of rook, he has pawn takes pawn, and then he'll vacate a square for another knight. There's possibilities. He got the rook though. Queen can come in here, or yeah, just prevent the king from moving first. Now either you win a queen with the pawn, or you just checkmate with rook in. Kind of hard to defend against. So instead, Songbug gonna attack. Luckily, knight covers. If the knight wasn't here, would be mate. Mate in 2. Like, if you really wanted to continue the attack, knight at g8 would be a good way to do that. But I think he's really going to need to find some way to defend. Maybe throw a new bishop in at f1. Then pawn takes, bishop, king takes. It's not pretty, but at least you live a few moves. There's no blocker for Songbug. I forgot about that. So that's just game over immediately. Why is another game not started? Okay, we get to see another example of if they can win quickly. The key to these arenas is winning quickly. Hey, Genghis Ryan. Yeah, the alt accounts are definitely causing a big cause of the deflation. Thanks for the follow from Panda Pooch. Really appreciate it. Okay, so Trieste did not earlier develop his king's bishop. He's starting to prepare that, but if Penguin all of a sudden got like a pawn or a queen, then it'd be good times for him. Pawn check, grab a free knight. And this is helping get the bishop out. If bishop takes, he can take with pawn, hit the knight. These squares are still covered. Donoram's going to want a knight probably. So he's going for this knight. If king goes over here, knight mates. Goes here, pawn mates. He already has a pawn. There's the knight, that's mate. Alright, let's find... Oh, no. I do not agree. I almost accidentally clicked join. Okay. Let's watch this game actually. Genna and Helm's Knight are the leaders right now. And they're all being so speedy here. Time is a critical aspect of this game. Penguin would like a knight or a rook, but he may have to settle for some defense if he doesn't get that. Okay. Knight could come out. Oh, that's a little dangerous. Knight check is going to win. Helm's Knight going for that knight. There's the knight. That's mate. Some other mate. That was a big miss on Penguin's part. I think he had to put something on g6 rather than f6, or he could have knight checked here and basically traded off a knight for a rook. But very dangerous. Alright, let's unfollow and find someone else to watch. Alright, 1800 strength is playing. Partner to Crazy 8. I think Crazy 8 has had a number of partners. In the morning arena, he was partnered to Caspi Wins. I think yesterday he had a different partner. So that's going to be mate for Crazy 8 with the rook. And they are up a lot of time. Their opponents really ought to resign. This is just a case of sportsmanship. It would be good sportsmanship to resign here. Because they can sit at any point. Okay. They did resign. Oh, we get to see them play against Michael and Real Doc Holiday. Yeah, this was an odd move. This kind of gave away a free pawn. By the way, 1800 strength. Not this past year, but the year before, he was the runner-up in the Crazy House World Championship. The winner being Blitzbullet. So Blitzbullet has won, I think, the past 2 years. So 2 years ago, he beat 1800 strength, otherwise known as Cabbage. And then last year, he beat Fumatox, I believe. So A rook is going to be good. Other possibilities, try to get this rook to move away from the file so we can just promote. Even queen up would be fun. Yeah, that's what I thought would happen. Just trying to get that rook off. And even if rook took, he had promote. So there's a lot of possibilities here. Eventually we can take this bishop. Oh, he's going to come down. You could take and take. The possibility. And knight can't take back because of the pin. I think we take this one. It's pretty close to mate. Nice mate by 1800 strength. We get just like a lot of good matches here. We get to watch Gennet and Helm's Knight. Not quite sure why the queen came up here instead of just like taking this knight. But a lot of these players, they're just initiative hogs. They go for initiative all day, all the time, and they'll give up pieces to do so. So 1800 strength kind of owns the light squares, whereas Genna has better dark squares. Ooh, I think that was a miss. Instead of taking the rook, he could have knight checked and then queen takes queen. So I think there was a tactic there. They would have won an additional piece. So I think that was the better way of doing it. But you can't always find the best moves because time is such a big component of this game. Again, I probably want some diagonals. Now a rook would be very good. Maybe just knight check, pick up the queen. You can pick up the queen even by moving this knight, by revealing attack, but new knight's even better. And this knight is pinned. He was trying to get this to happen, but I think actually you take the bishop first. And then pawns would be good. Oh, he's just gonna take pieces. Knight mates. Not anymore. He's just making chess moves. This is actually a pretty huge time advantage. So this is 8-second time advantage, and Crazy 8 is attacking Helm's Knight. Yeah, Helm's Knight cannot live through this. 8 and 1. Nice mate by Crazy 8. Great feed by 1800 strength. Sorry, I'm modding for a stream at the same time, so I gotta kind of watch out to see if, make sure nothing crazy happens. Okay. Okay, so about 20 seconds up on the clock, but this is all about seeing how fast you can mate. Like, we already know that 1800 strength and Crazy 8 are going to win this game. The question is how much time it's going to take them to do so. This is a nice move. Knight's going to have to come to... Okay, you should have put a knight there to save that. Instead of pawn here, I think it was better to put pawn at g2 first. And that would have made it easier to do the promotion. But at this point, a rook mates and a rook is forced. I guess a rook doesn't mate in one, but a rook leads to mate because it lets him promote. Alright. I kind of wonder if this is one guy Simon, but I'm not sure. Anyway, let's unfollow and we're going to find someone else to watch. We can check out Penguin again. Oh, Two Jupiters is streaming. We should check out Two Jupiters next. Let's watch this Penguin match versus PKR, and we'll check out Two Jupiters. I think Two Jupiters is Christopher Yu. I might be wrong about that. Okay, so Donna Ram is up about 4 seconds on PKR. Pepe would like to get a queen for his partner. Even a rook is pretty good. Both for offense and defense. Like rook at g7, rook takes pawn. And not only does that remove the threat attacking white, but it also vacates the square to where you can drop like a pawn on g7. So rook is quite good. And I think the idea is, oh, that's a strong move. Pawn check wins a queen though. I think that's our tentative plan, right? Pawn doesn't hurt that much right now. Pawn at d7, queen takes. This bishop doesn't hurt too much either. It's rooks that hurt. And Donoram had a forced mate. Check, checkmate. Okay, let's find Two Jupiters. I am kind of curious to double check whether this is, I thought it was Christopher Yu, but maybe not. This is a titled player, but he doesn't list his username on his profile. I think usually you're required to do so. Hold on, let me see. Okay, this king is going for a run. Maybe I'm wrong about who Two Jupiters is. I'm not sure. If anyone in the chat knows, let me know. This king is running back to safety. I think he could just interpose a pawn. Probably doesn't want to give the queen immediately. Oh, he does give the queen immediately. So this is a nice idea, attack and defend at the same time. So probably you could take the queen, then take the knight. Okay, that's interesting. Maybe knight check, or I mean knight takes and then interpose. White bought G is pretty close to maiden. Needs a little more. I guess bishop check, and if something comes in, knight check. Be interesting. Maybe he's safe up here though. I guess he probably just wants a diagonal. And that's mate, by the way. Soccer Boy did quite well in the... Oh, this is a very strong team, by the way. What am I trying to think of? the Intercollegiate Chess League, run by Joe Bruin. They had a bughouse tournament. They've had it the last 2 years, maybe the last 3 years. Soccer Boy did quite well in that. I think he's a student at MIT. Meanwhile, we have an interesting match here. Todd Bryant, National Master. He was Mazerum Tame on the FreeNet chess server. Very strong player. I played with him over the board many years ago at University of Maryland College Park, where he was going to college. Josh, on the other hand, is a staff member at chess.com, and he's actually the chief engineer on chess.com. So when people complain that chess.com hates Bughouse, the reality is like a lot of their programmers love Bughouse, including Josh. Josh plays all the time. I think Todd may even be a chess.com employee at this point. I think for a while he worked for Chessable, and then Chessable was acquired by chess.com. So I think he's working for chess.com on other projects. I may be wrong about that. But Josh for sure is a chess.com employee and one of the senior employees over there. So a knight would... Oh, maybe not. I mean, I think a knight is quite good for 2 Jupiters. It looks like Terrific Tutor is more likely going to be the winner here, though. 2 Jupiters, maybe just trying to feed him as much as possible. Looks like a new rook in is going to mate. Oh, actually, the knight can just move. That's mate. Whoops. Okay, I'm gonna unfollow. We're gonna find someone else to watch. Let's check the stand-ins. Penguin's at the top. He's 10 ahead of Gennett and Helm's Knight. Why can't I get rid of these games? Okay. Let's scroll down. We haven't watched Emerald yet. I think Emerald's with Plot and Pawn. Oh, and this is like an all-titled player's game. That's interesting. This is a quick win. Well, when I say quick, I mean right as we got here. So let's watch the next game and see how that shakes out. Plot and Pawn has gotten much better in a very quick amount of time. So I remember when she was like 1700 and quickly she shot up in the ratings. Sorry, I'm just catching up on in chat and some streams on Mod 4. Okay, let's check my own chat. Not many people talking there. I don't know about taking this bishop. This knight can come in. Like, he shouldn't have... Oh, was there a knight here defended? Maybe there was, so maybe it was fine then. The key is to keep all these knight checks covered. Emerald would like to come in on the light squares eventually, once he can get safe. This is another threat, though. Oh, queen here would have been good. Again, I think Penguin is missing opportunities. It's kind of natural as a chess player, even as a bug player, when something's captured, your instinct is to recapture it. But you should look for intermezzo opportunities where you can drop something else in. Plot and Pawn getting attacked pretty hard. She's not going to live very long here. So if bishop takes, throw the queen in. Do not take back immediately. Throw the queen in at e5. Or rook at e5, even better. Rook at e5, then queen at e6. Yeah, this looks winning for Penguin. It looks winning for Donoram. So wins all around. On the other hand, Emerald is up a few seconds. What are we up? 4 seconds? Like he would like to play like knight check and get like a rook or queen. But I don't think that much is coming. This is just mate with queen in. Oh, shoot. Okay. Oh, I'm so sorry, chat. Oh, someone is matching me to a 30-minute game. Let's go ahead and block that person. And we'll decline the match request. Alright, we're gonna watch this game and then we're gonna find another game to watch. Or another team to watch, I should say. This opening played by a pot and pawn is pretty common. So it's even trades, and normally not having a pawn on f7 would be a liability, but after you castle it becomes an asset because you get the open rook file. Is their ability trying to get an attack going? So Nelsie really needs to get this bishop out to give his king some more room to run around. You could throw in a check. This is probably mate. Yeah, you can't take back because of the rook check. That's a nice defense though. Really, what he needs, maybe just put a pawn on b5. Pawn on b5, and then if bishop takes queen, you could take this queen. Seems reasonable. A really nice find by durability. So plot and pawn probably wants another knight to continue the attack. If she doesn't continue the attack, it's going to be rough for her because of these weak squares, h7 and s7. Another possibility is just move the knight, vacate the square, and then drop like a pawn on. That probably would have led to mate anyway. Meantime, durability trying to attack. Plot and pawn for sure has mate. End is up time. Emerald doesn't need to move anymore. Probably shouldn't. Queen where the king is. And then looks like rook is going to mate. There's no reason for them to sit it down. It's a really easy mate in one. They're hurting both teams by stalling. Just poor sportsmanship. Alright. We are going to find another team to watch. Oh, Helm's Knight and Genna have regained the lead. They're in a 13-game streak. Oh, and they're playing against Blood and Pawn. Helm's Knight loves to be attacking. So Helm's Knight would like to have a rook, but even without the rook, going to continue attacking. Yeah, that's just a free bishop. A free pawn. Another free pawn. Helm's Knight just cleaning up here. New knight in just wins a queen. Maybe just pawn here first. Yep. Okay. Bishop check, knight in. No, bishop check, knight in here is probably going to be good. Okay, that's going to be mate. Yeah, knight check is going to be mate after that. Oh, playing a team of title players. So a lot of weak squares on Genna's board. Gonna sack to drive the king out. Pin the knight. Maybe castle. Or just put something on d2. He was covering up this file, so if the king steps away, it's not gonna be check. That's a free knight. So queen trade on the Helm's Knight board. Helm's Knight seems very safe. This king seems a lot weaker. Rook is crushing. Knight is also good. Oh, queen mates. So this is a fairly low rated team. For sure, Helm's Knight's gonna win. The question is how fast they can win. Genna has already sacked. Probably get the queen out somewhere. Oh, offering a queen trade. But Helms really needs a knight at this point, not a queen. Maybe pawn at g4 while she's waiting. Or bishop out. Because if you can undermine this knight, then knight at g1 will be even stronger. I guess you play knight at g1 after you take, you put a queen in at f2. Another possibility. Attacking the knight, I like it. Gotta check with the pawn some more. Interesting. Preventing the king from taking. And now the knight check is really good. Oh, well, this is even better. It's just because the knight's no longer defended. So, queen up his mate. They are up 20 seconds, I guess, 24 seconds. Check the standings. They've amassed a sizable lead on the Penguin team. I don't know how the Penguin team fell behind. So the light squares are weak. Helm's Knight gonna attack the light squares, pawn at e6 coming. But I think she's realized from the last arena that it's important not to stall. Just keep moving whenever you can move. This queen check is going to allow Genna to take a piece. If king steps, then bishop check. But most likely something will land in here. Cesar probably wants him to trade the pawn so he can interpose a pawn. Attacking the queen. Now the queen check is just a mate threat. Helm's Knight all of a sudden is trading for Genna. I don't like king over. I think rook over was better. I guess it transposed. Let's find someone else to watch. And if you in chat have any fan favorites you want to check out, you can let me know. I kind of want to scan to see. Is there, I'm going to watch Dan Smith Holla. So, for those who don't know, Dan Smith has been playing Bughouse for, I don't know, at least 15 years now. I've known Dan Smith since he was like 8 years old, 9 years old from the World Open. He became a professional poker player the moment he turned 21, arguably before then. And he's been one of the winningest poker players out there. I think he's won over $10 million at poker. So Dan Smith, professional poker player, still loves Bughouse, loves chess. Knight wins queen, and also rook. So knight is crushing. Yeah, Dan messaged me a couple days ago asking if I would partner for this tournament, and I told him I would, but then he got a different partner, which is fine. I'm fine commentating, but I always enjoy partnering Dan. I'm gonna grab the rook. It was a quick win. So, Dan Smith and Coach Fishy Finn, looks like, let me see how many points they have. They have 41 arena points. Meanwhile, Helm's Knight has 120, so triple the number of points. By the way, it looks like the Penguin team is kind of catching up to the Helm's Knight team a bit. Big Splat says, if you notice, it's tougher to choose a partner now. I didn't notice that, Big Splat. That's a good point, though. I'm just kind of used to partnering someone before I even joined the tournament, but you're right. They could make it more intuitive for sure. So the advertisement for this particular tournament did give some instructions for how you can partner someone for the tournament. So I think we'll watch one more game with Dan Smith, and then we'll move on. And we've seen Cesar and Cesar play before. And by the way, these guys have partnered for a few of the Bughouse World Championships. Usually they don't do so great, but they overperform their rating for sure. What flag is this? This is Peru. These guys are from Peru. I think they're streamers as well. Oh, big spot. That's pretty weird. I have not had that problem. When I partner someone, like it stays with that partner. Uh, I'm trying to think when the last time I played in a tournament was, though. I don't think I've played in a tournament recently, so this may be some new behavior since I last joined. Dan Smith Forkin went in a piece. Someone's matched me to 10-minute chess. Let's go ahead and block that person. And we'll decline the match request. Go fuck yourself. Okay, so that's a win for Dan Smith. Whoa. Okay. Oh, this is a good match to watch, though. Zai-san, I didn't realize he was playing in this arena. He's partnered to Stellar Chess. Stellar Chess is a streamer as well. I wonder if Stellar Chess is streaming right now. I think he's just Stellar Chess on Twitch. Let me try giving him a shout out. Yep. And Firefly also streams, though not that frequently. I don't believe Firefly is streaming right now. No, he's not. Okay, I just wanted to check the stream on Mod Info to make sure nothing wild happened. Seems fine. So another knight would be good for Zaizan. Zaizan also, he doesn't have to attack. He could just maybe throw a bishop in at e3 to guard these dark squares more. Okay, dropping the pawn in. He's able to drop another piece on the board with that check, which is helpful for him. Stellar's chess is being attacked pretty hard. I don't think this king is long for this world, but we'll see. Now Stellar's chess has a good position. New knight in at f3. Knight takes knight, take the rook, and you want to promote this pawn eventually. That's the goal. I think this is going to be a win for the Zaizan team. So I think he's going to have knight check to win a queen if he wants, but that's not fast enough. Knight here is probably a little better. And really close to mate. Yeah, now pawn mates. Is there mate with this knight? I don't think either of these are mate. No, actually that is mate, because you have maybe bishop takes first. Try to deflect the queen, although the knight can take. But yeah, he has the pawn, so now it's easy. Time is an issue though. Zaizan needs to live for 30 seconds. And I see there's an extra queen in the hands of Dan Smith Hala. Dan Smith is decent at chess. I think he's about 2200 strength, something like that. Sorry, I'm just dealing with some stuff. Oh, and he made up the time. or at least made up the time to the point where he has a win in position. So after bishop takes, covering these pawns from promoting, and it's just going to be up 2 pieces. Very well played by Zizon. So speaking of Zizon, I think we ought to follow Zizon anyway. So let's watch his next game. And bit of a score update. Genna and Helm's Knight are off a streak. They're at 36 out of 40 games, but they're winning by 15 points, 15 arena points over Penguin and Danaram. 1800 Strength and Crazy 8 are in third right now. And we still have another hour to go. We're about halfway through the arena. Unfortunately, it looks like Firefly is not starting up a new game here. I don't know what's going on there. Rywer, by the way, old-time fixer. It looks like he doesn't have a partner. He's just kind of in the random pool for this particular tournament. Is there anyone else we recognize? I think, I wonder if Alex Su is partnered to... Oh, Alex Su also seems to have an irregular number of points. He's at 30 arena points. No one else is at 30. Let's check out Mikey San. Mikey San's a streamer. I don't think he's not streaming right now. So he's partnered to Alex Su. Mikey San must have played like one extra game at the start of the arena or something like that, which he won. Resign button message. Oh, shoot. Maybe I should have read that out loud. What is... Yeah, I'm not sure what this is about. Let's see. Oh, that's weird. Some players are reporting that they don't see a resign button. That's weird. There should be a resign button available. We've seen some players resign, so at least some players have it, and hopefully all of them. Hey, Kaisuke. Oh, Kaisuke beat Helms and Genna. Congrats. Great job. Oh, that's why his streak is gone. Nice. Oh, Kaisuke, I should watch you. After this game, I'll find you. Alright, let's go find Kaisuke. What's your username, Kaisuke? I mean, I guess theoretically I could look in Helm's Knight's history to find you, but... Oh, Firefly's playing another game. Let's check out Firefly's game. Kaisuke, drop your username in the chat so that I know how to watch. Cortical says, does streak get you the same points? Okay, so your streak builds up. Here's my understanding of it. Oh, this is a great game, by the way. We got Josh and Todd Bryant. Josh is the basically the head engineer at chess.com. And Todd, master and team on Fix, longtime Bughouse player. And Zizon was Firefly on Fix. Stellar Chess, relatively new to Bughouse, but very enthusiastic, which is pretty cool. Oh, Kaisuke 4. Okay, yeah, Kai, I'll try to find your game after this. So Vortical's asking about streaks. So first of all, you have to get 3 wins in a row to be on a streak. And then you get more for a streak. And I may be wrong about this, but I think you get more like for a 4 streak than a 3 streak. And you may even get more for a 5 streak. But after that, I don't think you get any more than that. You just keep getting the same bonus as long as you maintain your streak. So the main thing is to get on a streak by getting 3 games in a row, and then you don't want to lose your streak. Okay, a queen would mate for Top Briant. Don't see a queen coming though. Todd likes to dive into the data. So Todd put together an interesting article on lifelong chess learners, and it had some disappointing results for those of us who want to improve at chess. But basically, he looked at USCF ratings of everyone, and he compared this with ages, and he found that people over a certain age basically have no hope of getting like GM or IM. And it's very hard for them to even get NM. So chess is a game that you're much better off learning when you're young. But on the other hand, he did show some examples of people who have improved, playing over a period of years and years and years, just not to the point of getting a title. So Josh's queen is getting attacked. He may consider taking this bishop, because then if bishop takes back, he can drop something on f2. But I guess maybe he was worried he was down time, because it seemed like a pretty good move to me. Kind of falling apart for Josh here now. Can you just grab this? I'd also just take this pawn. I do want to clarify that was a question, not a suggestion. It looks very dangerous to grab that, and it did not work out. But you always want to ask the question when it looks like a free piece. You want to say, is that a free piece? You don't want to ignore the free piece. Doesn't necessarily mean you want to take the free piece. All right, let's go find Kaisky. Now someone's matching me to 10 minutes. Let's go ahead and block that person. And we will decline the match request. Go fuck yourself. Let's find Kaisky. Oh, Kaisky 4 on 71 arena points. No one else is on 71 arena points. So I guess this must be an example of his... either he's just with random partners, or his partner... or he or his partner joined late and played without each other for a game. Kaisky up to over 2,300. Very impressive. Fortical watch towns for 7 years. Still doesn't understand 99% of the game. Yeah, it's a tough game. Kaisky trading queens. That's a bit of an odd life choice when his partner's getting attacked. Like, queen takes queen seems pretty strong for the green tree. I don't think he'll see it, but... oh, he found it. Queen takes queen. Because now if rook takes, you are pretty close to maiden. Actually, knight would have mated for green tree. So, should have tried to get this knight. Basically, knight at e7, then if king over, knight check would have mated. And if king this way, queen in would have mated. Still is a good position. That was not the way, though. Yeah, you don't want to let Jonji start attacking. I don't like this bishop move. I liked bishop here better, because it would attack and defend at the same time. Okay. I like this move. So if you just ignore it, like new queen in here is going to mate. Queen at d1 is the threat. On the other hand, green tree, and he did ignore it. That's mate. Pawn takes queen. That's mate. Oh, Sari bot found someone new to ban. I guess I gotta go into my mod settings and ban some more phrases. Let's do that real quick. You guys talk amongst yourselves and watch this game. So the problem is, like, I've banned the phrase like cheap viewers, but they do like the same thing in Unicode where like there's like a million ways to have the letter E, for example. Hey, young Shardy. Yeah, the championship command is about this arena, this tournament we're watching now. And Toronto is a tournament that is coming up this weekend, so Saturday and Sunday. I'm going to be commentating on the Toronto tournament remotely, so I'm not going to be in Toronto, but it's going to be broadcast. Whoa, we have West Coast Raider. West Coast Raider is playing. That's true player. Oh, they must have gone outside the arena accidentally. Now we get to see Kaisuke play against PKR and Pepe. Kaisuke has already sacked. Trees are good for Kaisuke, but he's gonna just develop some pieces while he waits. Trying to get the rook active, I guess. PKR on the attack, but he needs to develop some of these dudes. Should not be sitting, PKR. Gotta be moving. So Kaisuke going after the dark squares. Another possibility for him, by the way, was just knight takes pawn and then drop another knight in. Just to rip the position open. Okay, now pawn check. He could drop a knight check. Knight takes pawn still might be a thing. This is a little scary. As long as the queen isn't there, should be okay. Maybe bishop check, then knight check. Bishop check, king up, knight check. And if pawn takes, you can come in on e3. Bishop check, what if you slide to f1? Then there's potentially knight check. I don't like the pawn drop as much. Oh, Sam's pointing out in arenas, you're not allowed to resign until it's been a certain number of moves. That's interesting. So, by the way, bishop takes, then push the pawn, discover check, threaten promotion. No, he's not going for that. Oh, queen in. This is going to be a chessmate. Really nice chess here. Getting FM'd. So if king over, there's queen checkmate. If king down, you can just pull the bishop away. And then come down for mate. So he doesn't even need more pieces, it's just mate on board. With the time situation, Kaisuke's team is up about 30 seconds. That's an eternity. Kaisuke's asking his partner if he needs a knight. He does not need a knight. He doesn't even need the knight he has in hand. So I'm not sure why he's saying knight. Junji's saying he pre-moved queen f3. That would be disastrous if king down, queen f3, and then Pepe could start checking and maybe mate Junji. I assume he's realizing he's gonna cancel the pre-move. I'm baffled why they're waiting. They're down an eternity. It's just poor sportsmanship to wait like this. But yeah, Young Shardy, if you have any questions about this tournament or the Toronto one, feel free to ask, and I can try to get you more info. So great job by Team Kaiski. Kaiski's up to 23:45. Very impressive. We're gonna watch one more Kaiski game, then we'll check out the people at the top of the leaderboard here. Alright, let's make sure that people aren't getting too wild. Okay, good, there's more mods there. Alright, let me check the Slack. Alright, so Kaiski attacking this queen. Maybe thinking about queen sack. I don't think it works without more material. Oh, Juji has a nice attack. This king's bishop did not get out. When the king's bishop doesn't get out, it's gonna be bad news. It's not luff squares. Bishop takes. This is gonna be mate real soon. Queen up is good. This is less good, but still gonna mate. It's mate in one. Alright, great job, Team Kaiski. Oh, let's playing Dan Smith Hala. Let's watch this game. Giving up the queen to get an attack. But Kaiski is going to need feed. Without feed, that's going to be a bad sack. Time is fairly even. Coach Fishy might sit it down. The other option besides sitting it down is to hold a knight. So this gives him a little bit more luft. Knight is still good, but not as crushing as it was before. So you could just retreat the knight. Okay, I guess they didn't talk about the knight thing. Now another knight mates or a rook. He just took that. Kind of weird. I think Kaiski's attack has mostly disappeared. Kaiski's team's down a significant amount of pieces at this point. Queen mates. I don't think a queen's likely to come. Knight check is good but doesn't lead to mate because of... There's no smothered because of knight takes g1. Probably you want to take the knight and then drop a pawn in. Oh, and that's mate for Dan Smith Hala. He's not going to miss this one. So probably Kaiski would have preferred if we stopped watching before that game rather than after that game. But congrats to Dan Smith Hala. Let's check out Crazy 8 and 1800 Strength. They've lost only 3 games out of 44 games. They're in second place. Akradion plays a lot of bughouse. So again, with this arena system, you're rewarded for fast wins. So we'll see how fast 1800 strength can win. So a rook, I think, is pretty crushing for 1800 strength, but he's going to continue to find chess moves. Hacker Dion wants some trades. He wants maybe pawn at d7 or queen at d7, but I don't think it really leads to mate. It does help him defend. So consider king takes bishop at this point. I think we take this. So knight check could win a queen. Ooh, I hate this move. I guess he's just down too much time though. If we look at the time, it's crazy 8 up almost a minute. 55 seconds it looks like. I can understand why Hacker Dion did not wait for pieces. This is another Caesar, also from Peru, but different guys. So Cabbage just rattled off a whole bunch of moves, still has only used 2 seconds. Very impressive. Game won by abandonment. Even if they don't get rated for that, they still get tourney points. Arena points, so that's helpful. Holmes and Genna about 20 points up. But maybe more importantly, 1800 strength and Crazy 8 are 10 points up on the Penguin team, which is very impressive. 1800 strength is sacked. He is down a piece, but they are up. Actually, not up that much time. I didn't even notice who they were playing. Soccer Boy and Y both G. Very fast team. So this is going to be a tough one for them. Maybe king up? I don't know. This is a tough situation. Oh. There might be something here, like pawn check if bishop takes, rook in the corner, knight takes bishop. I don't quite... Oh, maybe... Actually, knight check, then rook in. Yeah, well now he needs a knight. And if he doesn't get a knight, he's pretty crushed. I think you have to just sack the queen and keep attacking here. This is a fake queen anyway. When I say sack a queen, I mean you just win a queen. Fake queen for real queen. I guess, okay, rook mates. Crazy 8 downtime. Interesting move. I think Y plus G is going to be able to weather this storm pretty easily though. $1,800 next. Still would love to get a knight. I wonder if there's a draw on the horizon. Soccer boy can keep winning things. Okay. Yeah, this is mate. It's a pawn. Doesn't know it's a fake queen. Yeah, maybe. Alright, let's switch and watch another team. Penguin is on a streak. Let's check him out. Donoram, his king has seen better days. Ooh, that was not the way to go. Yeah, knight check. Now pawn is going to mate. And he has a pawn in hand. Donoram is dead. Penguin has 5 seconds to win. And he might do it, because if rook takes, that's mate. If it doesn't take, then there's queen takes rook. He's real close. Queen in the corner is mate. I think Penguin's going to get this done. Don't really see a way out of this. That's not to say I would have resigned. I would have played, what was it, knight g3. Because then if queen in the corner, you have knight takes queen. But, yeah, I guess good sportsmanship resigning. So we get to see, let me see, is this the second versus third place team? Yeah, Penguin has moved into second place. This is second versus third. Helmsley and Genna love to see this happening. Because if they're playing each other, then one of them cannot be gaining on Helms and Genna. Ooh, this is looking pretty bad for 1800 strength. I wonder if he can get over here. $1,800 strength would like a bit more. Okay, this king has seen better days as well. They just got Penguin off streak. And 1800 strength and Crazy 8 are starting a streak. Okay, so these two guys from England. Like, I really wonder whether it's one guy Simon. I don't know for sure. Commentator's curse. Yeah, maybe. Pawn mates for Carl the Bald. He is down 1 second though. I don't think he's going to get it. The problem for the Penguin team though is they might just like sit it down. And if they sit it down, then that's like another 2 minutes, 20 seconds where they can't be beating more people. So all of a sudden, Penguin is safe. Donoram is on the attack. F7 very weak. Hey, Stellar Chess. Stellar Chess, we watched a few of your games. You've picked up a strong partner there. Penguin wins that one. Oh, now we get, this is third versus first, right? Yeah, third versus first. The Helms Knight Genna team is 20 points up on the rest of the field. But we still have a half an hour left in the arena, so anything can happen. It is not an insurmountable amount. Okay, just catching up on some chat. So Penguin. What does he want to do here? Maybe bishop takes pawn followed by knight check. I would do bishop takes pawn first. Then if bishop takes with knight check, there's queen takes later. I think that was a missed opportunity. Still, he has either knight check then queen takes, or he waits for a knight to mate. He is up 3 seconds, knight mates. Maybe his partner can force it. Knight here is good. Okay, so his partner has forced a knight or queen. Either one of them mate. And so Helms and Genna have resigned it. Penguin back in second place. We'll watch one more game of the Penguin team. And maybe we'll follow Helms a bit. Yeah, Stellar is a really tough field. But you're definitely improving at Bughouse, so that's cool. Consider sacking the queen here, but Penguin too much of a chess player. He's not going to sack the queen. Donoran's king is a little bit exposed. So Donoran is trying to win a free piece. Penguin wants to either drop a pawn on e2 or even a knight on e2. It's just maiden immediately. Queen takes, knight takes is mate. So e2 is soft. Even if e2 is covered, h3 is soft as well. Oh, that's just mate. Queen takes, knight takes, mate. Donoram up 35 seconds. Doesn't have to move. But, of course, they want their opponents to resign so they can get more games in. Their opponents should resign because this is forced mate in one move and they're down time. But I don't think they're good enough at Bughouse to understand how the clocks work. Queen trade. Donoram going to try to win at chess. This is very costly for the Penguin team, though. Again, with arenas, it's not about whether you win the tough games. It's about how fast you win the easy games. Donoram up in exchange. A few extra pawns. Also uptime, of course. He can just stall whenever he wants and win immediately. Donoram now has a crushing chess position. Free pawn, another free pawn. Goes back. You might want to consider pushing this eventually. Could bring the rook behind. I guess not. Maybe the idea is to take this pawn and rook in. As long as his king stays on dark squares, I mean, Ryan has no chance of even checking him. That's a blunder, though. That's a free rook. Okay, and flag happened. Oh, now we get to see them play Genna Helms. Again, this is a score-based arena, so we will tend to see the people at the top of the arena play each other more often than randomness. Yeah, big splat. Yeah, for sure. The big splat's pointing out. The question is, are your opponents more likely to resign if you just stall and show them that you're not going to move and it's obviously they're losing? Or are they more likely to resign if you keep moving and crush them on both boards? Some people would think like, oh, they're still moving on the other board, so maybe I have a chance of winning. So rook mates for Penguin. Donoram going to try to win this rook. Oh, knight check wins the rook immediately. Queen takes, we take back. Otherwise, we take rook. Rook mates. Don't like this knight move. I think that gave them chances. Yeah, now Genna is attacking. There's a very real chance the Gena team wins now. That helps him get safe also, if we take that. Knight check is mate. That was a huge blunder by Penguin. I'm fairly certain Penguin was up time with mate in one and did not play for the win. Alright, we're not going to watch this game. Let's find someone else to watch. Who do we want to watch? Let's watch Two Jupiters. We haven't seen much of him. Again, if anyone out there can... Oh wait, now their game ended. Watch Plot and Pawn and Emerald. Is their game ended too? It's irritating. Okay, here's... Oh, they're playing the maybe similars. So, also rush tactic would be rook takes pawn, then rook over here. But in bughouse, you can drop more pieces on the board. Let's watch bottom team. Maybe. Oh, they were down a bit. Okay, I guess I misunderstood the situation. Anyway, it was a great mate by Gena. So this is going to be mate for Karl the Bald. But on the other hand, Plot and Pawn has mate in one, and they're up time. Oh, we're getting some lore in the Discord, by the way. There was a controversy the last arena. I covered, if you check my VODs, I covered the arena from basically 4 hours ago. And spoiler alert, the winners of that arena were Little Plotkin and an account that was rated 1500 when the arena started. And it turned out the 1500 account was Blitzbullet. But Blitzbullet had changed out his Blitzbullet account for a new account, which was this one, which was his official account. So he played with this account that was 1500, and some people thought it was unfair that he was like 2600 strength playing on a 1500 account. But because he had so many other accounts, he just hadn't played bughouse on that account before. So he's revealed some lore in the Discord. He says he used to have this account, I think it was called Pagoo or something like that, because he could play chess without having his name attached to it. And then the chess.com attached his name to it anyway. I think because he played in the Crazy Ass tournament. So now his name is out there anyway. If you win a money tournament on chess.com, they make you publish your name. Emerald wants to make this knight check work, probably. New knight in. Seems pretty good. Knight takes pawn. And yeah, just take the rook. Emerald, perfectly safe. Rook check would be interesting, because then if knight takes, there's pawn check. Promote. But he may just do the pawn check first anyway. Okay, that is less fancy. So giving up the queen, maybe you could do it with knight check to try to take the queen on initiative. And knight takes pawn would vacate the square to where you could put a bishop in. He's down too much time though. Second house down 30 seconds. No, he needs to think about defense. I don't think there is a defense, to be honest. Maybe this knight comes up here, exploiting the pin. Or you could just pull it back. Bishop takes, knight check. A lot of possibilities for Emerald. Any less possibilities for Crankenhouse. Okay, so d6 is weak. You can see a pawn land here. Oh, gonna try to get safe, I guess. Knight is pretty crushing. Rook is also good. You could just take the knight. Why don't you just take the knight, though? That's a free knight. Leave yourself perfectly safe. Get more pieces. Still up 30 seconds. Free knight for nothing. Big splat, that's not necessarily the case. It actually differs state by state. So big splat says if you win the lottery, then they publish your name. There are some states where you can claim the lottery ticket as basically like a corporation or a trust or something like that, which doesn't reveal your name. Other states, you have to reveal your name. So it depends. Oh, Stellar, Stellar, did I miss something? Answer after the stream about the gochess.com link. I'm not sure what you mean by that. So apologies. But did you say something earlier in chat? I don't see anything earlier. Oh, how to get gochess.com. Oh, I see. I understand now. So partnered streamers with chess.com are offered that. And it may be that others can get it too, but partnered streamers definitely can get it. To be a partner streamer on chess.com, first you need to get to 1,000 followers on Twitch, I guess, or Kick or something else, but mainly Twitch. Once you get to 1,000 followers, you can apply, and they accept most people. Unless your stream is just really out there, they will probably accept you if you get to 500 followers. And since you're a titled player, you're probably even more likely to be accepted than average person. Yeah, I didn't see Chicken playing this particular one. I think maybe he's sitting out this one. But this is arena number 4. So there's still 4 other opportunities even after this one. Emerald has a nice attack. So this is the threat. Bishop check, bishop takes, queen takes. Okay. Nice mate for Emerald. And that was an upset. They got 14 points for that one. Hey, Vertical. So another knight would have been good here, but he's just going to retreat just to keep moving. Eventually probably get this bishop out. Pawn in would be good. Trying to disconnect the queen, so it's good to put the pawn here instead of on d2. Going after the dark squares. Ooh, that was questionable. Even though this was questionable, it was really trading the queens that made it partner. Alright, let's go look for someone else to watch. Okay, we wanted to watch two Jupiters. Maybe they've left the tournament because I don't think they've played in a while. I think they saw there was no chance of winning at this point. Let's check out Soccer Boy and Y both G. Soccer Boy, I believe is going to MIT right now. I think he was a very strong finisher. I think he was the winner, but if not the winner, then at least second, and I think first of the Bughouse tournament for the Intercollegiate Chess League. So Soccer Boy, fairly safe, even though he gave up his queen. His king is safe and he's on the attack. Y both G has traded queens, which is going to be an easy mate for Soccer Boy. Ooh, I guess that's fine, because you can always capture back this way. I think there was a mate for Soccer Boy, but he's going to let Y both G mate. So, bishop would mate, maybe pawn, pawn, then bring the bishop back and the queen back. Okay, that's a straightforward mate. Yeah, Stellar Chess. So basically, you should apply for a partnership with chess.com, which you can do after you get to 1,000 followers. You may already have 1,000 followers. I forget off the top of my head. And it may be the case that they offer that link to those who aren't partners, but I know for sure they give them to all partners. Soccer Boy going after the light squares. And attack the castled king. Partner is probably going to try to feed him some stuff. Knight check would be good. Okay, he's just going to keep rolling. Maybe knight takes bishop. Queen takes. That's a free bishop. Now, here, I like this knight move a lot. Giving up a queen to get a massive attack. On this board, maybe drop a bishop. You want to disconnect this rook, because this rook is scary. If you got a second rook, then rook at f8, followed by rook at d8 would be good. This also works. You'd rather have dropped a pawn than the bishop, but still in good shape. Yeah, that knight mates. They're playing against Josh and Todd. We've seen a few times here. Okay. So I was just catching up on some other things. All right. Soccer Boy let him promote. I don't know if that was necessarily wise. I guess he's targeting d2. But if a knight comes in, I mean, another rook would be good for aim. Even a pawn for g7 would be helpful. I think Soccer Boy would like to sack, but he wants to get more ammunition first. He wants this knight. Actually, two knights would be good. Bishop takes knight, bishop takes other knight. I want to take this rook. All those pieces are going to be good for Soccer Boy. Soccer Boy wants a knight for e4. And I don't know if he'll need anything else. Carolyn Renaissance is asking for a knight and says it's going to be mate. First of all, it's not mate. It's knight check, bishop takes. This bishop's moved backwards. Second of all, just gave a knight to Soccer Boy. Soccer Boy is now going to win. I think you could pawn check. You can give up one pawn. You have more pawns to throw in there. On this board, threat is queen checkmate. I like pawn check. This move is good too. Might be able to run for safety though. If you can take this rook away with check ever, then you can promote the pawn. The problem is, I don't think it's fast enough right now. Knight check is dangerous. I don't know about that. What happened? I guess they resigned. Why did they resign though? King here, queen check. King here. Maybe there's queen takes pawn. King back. Yeah, I'm not sure why they resigned. I mean, don't get me wrong. It was a good attack, but it wasn't mate immediately. Oh, they didn't accept your partner application yet. Okay. Yeah, just give it time, Stellar. You're a good guy, good streamer. So I think it's gotten more competitive than it used to be, but they still like having more streamers participating. So knight would be good for PKR. I assume that's what he's waiting for. After this game, we're gonna go watch Helms and Genna, and hopefully see them bring it home. I like this bishop move. Oh, take that. PKR has a good attack. Unfortunately, Soccer Boy has all the pieces. I think they're down too much time. If they were up time, it would be good news for PKR. Could consider bishop takes pawn, but probably he wants to keep check. I don't know about that one. Knight check looks pretty good. Because you couldn't take or mate with the queen. Okay, that's mate. We're gonna unfollow. Alright, let's check out the Helms Knight team. They are winning by 40 points. 40 arena points. They're on an 18 game streak. So some early congratulations to Helms Knight and Genna. They are gonna punch their ticket from this particular arena and make it to the double elimination tournament. So just to review the way this tournament works, there are 8 2-hour arenas, 2 per day, Monday through Thursday. Basically a morning one and afternoon one. The one winning team from each of these 8 arenas then progresses to a double elimination ladder tournament. And the format is matches of a certain time period. I think it's 20 minutes. It might be 30 minutes, something like that. Somewhere between 20 and 30 minutes. And you play between 20 and 30 minutes against your opponent. And whoever has more points at the end of that match wins the match. And it's double elimination. So if you lose the match, then you go to the loser's bracket. and the winner of the losers bracket plays the winner of the winners bracket. And this everyone needs to lose twice to be eliminated. So the winner of the winners bracket, if he wins, then he's the champion. If he loses, then he has to lose again to the same team. So we're going to see a whole lot of bughouse on Friday. Friday's when all the strongest teams are going to play. It'll take place from noon Eastern time to 3 Eastern time. That's mate for Helm's Knight. Looks like Genna is pretty close to mate as well. Genna winning a queen. Dion is checkmated in one move. Yeah, those of you who bet your points on yes for Team Helms Genna winning the tournament are going to be collecting some points. That's just a free dude. Another knight here, by the way, would have been crushing, but the bishop there is pretty good too. I guess GGM wants a knight to win the queen, but it's not a big deal. I don't think Helm's Knight needs to worry about losing that knight. That's not only a free queen, but another free piece. Helms is going to try to checkmate. Could have just moved her knight, but dropped a new knight in instead. We have 4 minutes left in the arena. So probably either this is the last game or maybe 2 more games. Team Helms Knight. Knight check. Diagonals crush. If he gets a knight instead of if she gets a knight instead of diagonals, could drop a knight either of these squares as well, preferably on f7, win a free rook. The other thing she could do is just develop. I think just developing was a wise choice. Again, the more games you play, the better it is for your arena chances. So they would like to get 2 games in instead of 1 game. Helm's Knight is losing a lot of pieces, and continues to do so. The game is aborted because the arena is over. Congratulations to Helm's Knight and Genna. 269. Nice. We have an emote for that from our friend Luke. Where's the emote? Did you get rid of the emote? Luke, where's the 69 emote? I'm not seeing it. You took it off? Oh, Sag. 4-player chess. I have no plans to participate as a player. I'm not against it. I mean, I know I'm not gonna win any of the arenas. There's just too many strong teams. So I might play just for fun one of the arenas, but you know, only if I find a partner who wants to do it. Like if Vampire Slayer wants to play one of the arenas, I'd play with her. I was gonna play with Dan Smith, but then he said he found another partner, which is fine. I'm content to just commentate, but let's check the rankings here. Helms and Genna are the winners. Second place, 1800 strength and Crazy 8, another very strong team. Crazy 8 has played with a variety of partners. So he played the last arena with Caspi Israel, who's a Grandmaster. We have Grandmaster Penguin. He played with Donarum, and they both have penguins in their profile pictures. so they're good friends. They like penguins. Soccer Boy 6 and Y both G came in 4th. Emerald and Plot and Pond 5th. Two Jupiters and Terry Fick Tudor came in 6th. And Two Jupiters is a Grandmaster. I think that's Christopher Yu, but I might be wrong. If I'm totally wrong, someone tell me who that is. But I think it's like a good GM. PKR and Pepe, pretty strong throughout showing. Looks like they came in 7th. Dan Smith Holla, Coach Fishy Finn, came in next. What was that? 8th or 9th? And next we have Todd Bryant and Josh. Josh is the head engineer on chess.com. Todd Bryant is a programmer. He programmed a bit for Chessable in the past. Dan Smith Hala was who I was going to partner. I was DMing him about partnering, but he found another partner. Dan Smith is a famous poker player. He's won over $10 million at poker. So yeah, congrats again to Helms Knight and Genna. I better hurry up and raid Helms Knight before she raids me. Because if she raided me, I would have to keep streaming. So a lot of great teams out there. So we're going to send you guys to Helms Knight, who is streaming the arena. Be sure to congratulate her once you get to her chat. I'll be streaming again as normal later tonight, so in about 2.5 hours, but I want to get some food before then. Yeah, 4Play Chess point out Andrew Tang is a very good player. So yeah, Penguin, super good. All right, so see you all later. Hopefully some of you will join in 2.5 hours and we can play some more Bughouse. Bye guys.